Hey Rider fans, and welcome to the Bronx Hot Seat, our show that gives you an up-close and personal glimpse of some of our teams and student athletes. I'm your host, Karen Torsia, and I am joined today by some members of the softball team. And I should point out that the softball team has a couple of very important double headers against Canisius and Niagara this weekend in Western New York that could potentially have them qualifying for the MAC tournament next weekend. So joining me today, we have senior pitchers Rachel Matrio, Kelsey Krish, and our freshman shortstop, Gina McCool. So welcome, ladies. Glad to have you here. I promise this won't be too difficult, too painful. We'll have a little fun. We've already been having some fun here on the hot seat when the camera was off. At least my cameraman Dante told me the camera was off, so I'm hoping that was true, because I don't think anybody wants to hear what we were talking about. So we'll talk a little softball. We'll do a little rapid fire. And, we'll get to know you guys better. You think you can handle this?
I think so.
All right. The softball team was picked to finish 8th out of 9 in the preseason coaches poll, but currently sits in 4th place, tied with Canisius for that last qualifying spot for the conference tournament that will be next weekend at Marist. And coincidentally, we do have a doubleheader against Canisius coming up this weekend, so it's going to be a pretty hard-fought battle for the team to get that last spot to qualify. So, Rachel, we're going to start with you. Being picked to finish 8th in the MAC, you guys were really under the radar quite a bit compared to some of the other teams in the conference. What do you think has been the key to some of our conference wins this year, and what do you guys specifically need to do to get these wins over Niagara and Canisius to qualify in that last spot, or the 3rd spot, or wherever you want to qualify for the first time since 2006?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of actually, I don't mind being picked 8th in the tournament because, we get to come in and teams aren't expecting anything from us. They're thinking, we're getting 2 easy wins today, and that's something that has worked to our advantage. I mean, we've really surprised some teams this year. We started off a little slow in the beginning, but especially coming up on conference play, the team has been doing great, and the key has been just we've been playing really great defense. We've been getting, our hitting has been, there, here and there, but, we've been getting the hits to get the wins, and that's been what's been important. And coming up this weekend, I mean, we have 2 games against Niagara and 2 games against Canisius. Canisius and Niagara are playing today, and a lot of that will depend on what they do, but we just need to win. We need to not worry about, the standings and everything like that, and just worry about winning, playing how we have been playing, and if we do that, we'll get in the tournament. We won't need to worry about, if we beat Canisius twice and beat Niagara once and everything like that. We just want to win, and that's what we want to do every single game, and if we do, I think we should get into that tournament.
Good. So as a pitcher, I know that the coaches really look to you to control the action during games, and you've done exceptionally well in the circle this year, obviously. What kinds of things do you tell your teammates? I know you guys all come together right before each inning, or sometimes after specific outs, and you have a little slap of hands, and you do this, and all those kinds of fun rituals with you guys. But what kinds of things are you telling them when you're out there on the field each inning, and how did you transition into that role as a leader over the years?
I mean, the things that I say on the mound probably can't be said on camera, so I'm not going to repeat those. But, I mean, I usually just I really try to keep everyone loose. I try to, I mean, the games are tough, and I know I can get really serious and I can get really competitive out there. But, during that time, I really just try to get everyone relaxed, get everyone back into the mode of they all hit. I obviously don't hit, but they all come out, they hit, they strike out, they do something. I want them to get their head back into the game, get back on the field, and worry about defense.
Good.
So I really try to, make sure everyone's in the game at every play, and I probably kind of coach a little bit on moving people but it keeps me in the game too, and it's something that helps me, and I don't think realize it, but it's something that works for me, and I like to do that. I like to keep everyone in the game and keep myself in the game.
And how did you transition into that role over the years?
I mean, coming in as a freshman, it's so different. I mean, playing college and everything was so different, and probably junior year was when I really started to become a leader on the team, and I really just try to lead by example. I try to go out there, I try to be as competitive as I can, and try to really show the team what winning looks like and what winning and being competitive out there looks like. And that's my way of being a leader, and that's how I hope that they can see that.
Good. All right, Kelsey, so I know kind of the coaching staff, they might stress different things to work on in practice depending on who you're going to face and what type of team you're going up against next. What do you think has been the underlying theme of some of the things that you guys have really been focusing on in practice this year?
A big thing is bunt coverage. We probably work on bunt coverage every single practice, and it bothers all of us like crazy.
But I think it's paid off quite a bit.
It definitely has paid off. I think every practice it's been like, all right, bunt coverage, corners, catchers, pitchers, we're doing bunts. and also putting the ball in play. When we work on hitting, we work on those hit and runs, putting the ball in play, putting runners in motion, so we can get those runs, so that we can, Rachel can relax out there when she's pitching, knowing that she has some insurance, and if they get a hit, it's not a big deal because we're going to come back out there and get some more runs for her.
Good. So last Saturday was senior day for you and 3 of your teammates, and you pitched a complete game with just gave up 5 hits to Sienna. How emotional was that day for you, knowing it was the last time you're going to put on a Rider uniform at home? And then how did you control those emotions when you went onto the field in order to lead your team to that win?
It was pretty emotional. It was the last time my parents were going to see me play, especially my dad because he travels all the time. So he surprised me actually being there. So it was really emotional that way. And I just know that 7th inning, my adrenaline was pumping so. I had to call times. I was like, guys, I need to settle down.
I did notice that.
I am freaking out right now. Like, oh my god, I need to do this. So I just kind of had to put it aside and just be there for my team and just be calm and have poise and not let anything bother me. And just, pitch the game I knew I had to pitch.
Good. And you did, and you did it well.
Thank you.
All right, Gina, so you're a freshman. You've been starting at shortstop all season, one of the really key positions for any team. What's the biggest difference that you've seen so far between playing at the high school level and then playing at the Division I level?
Well, I mean, it's really obvious. It's the skill level. In high school, you have, a certain amount of girls that really carry the team, but at the collegiate level, everyone's there. Everyone's on their A game, and you don't have time to slip up because, it'll make or break a game. So that's one of the biggest things I would say, the skill level.
And how easy has it been for you to adjust?
It's been pretty simple. I'm not gonna lie. Not just on the field, but with the group of seniors that we have and the upperclassmen that we have, it's been really easy to switch. If we have a question or anything, they're there to answer it for us. And we might make our mistakes here and there, but at the end of the day, they know that we're freshmen and that they know that we're going to learn from that. So.
Well, there's 7 of you.
Yes.
So what's the best piece of advice that you've gotten from one of the upperclassmen this year?
That can be said on camera?
Yes. or clean it up if you have to. I mean, mind you,
I mean, there are 7 of us. A lot of us have starting roles and big roles on the team, and every day, our upperclassmen, our seniors, they just tell us to play our game because they have confidence on us, and just knowing that gives us, our power and our to get in there and play our game.
Right.
And we just have to remember that.
Good. All right. Well, that does it for our softball-specific questions. So, I don't know if everybody's taking a deep breath because we're going to get into our Bronx Hot Seat rapid-fire portion of our show right now. So, I'm going to ask each of you 2 questions, and I want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Some of them a little more thought-provoking than others, but I promise I won't embarrass anybody. So, all right. So, Rachel, here's your first one. Who has the strangest pregame ritual on the team, and what is it? I could talk about you dancing during games again if you want me to.
And we might as well just go to that.
Yeah. That's not even a pregame ritual. That's just you all the time, right?
I mean, a lot of the girls, I'm not very superstitious, but there are quite a few of them that get dressed the same way. They do the same thing. They go to the bathroom upstairs and they come down and they get dressed. I think it's weird, but they're all into the superstitious stuff, so a lot of them do the same things every day.
What about not stepping on the chalk line for first base when you're running
People
onto
do
the
that.
field?
Some people...
and you don't care? You could run right through it? You don't really care? No. Okay. Good to know.
Some people do the same, like when we go down and are being introduced, do the same thing every single time.
Yeah. I've noticed all of that. Okay, now I'm sure a lot of people already know this, but you are a Phillies ball girl this year. You knew you weren't going to get away without us talking about that. So, all right, so if you could retrieve a foul ball from any Major League Baseball player, any of them, okay, and have the opportunity to personally hand it back to them, who would it be and what would you say?
You have to be quick with these?
Relatively. I mean, you've seen a lot of baseball players.
I have, but
I don't know how many times you've done it yet.
I don't know what to say with them. A few times. I'd probably tell Barry Bonds to stop taking steroids.
Okay, well there you go. That's a good.
Hand it back to him and.
That's why this went foul.
Right. Stop juicing up and.
Nice. All right, Kelsey, here's yours. If you were down to your last $5, what would you spend it on?
Oh, God.
And remember, not much costs $5 or less these days.
Probably food. I love food. So munchies. I love munchies.
Okay. What are your favorite munchies? That's not your second question, but what are your favorite munchies?
Well, you know the munchies? It's like Doritos,
Yeah.
pretzels. I love the Cheetos.
Okay. All right. If you could take a vacation to anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Australia. I've always wanted to go. I say no worries. That's my big thing, and I know they say that down there. So I think I'd fit in pretty damn well.
I like Australia too. I've always wanted to go there myself. So, all right, Gina, let's go freshman. It's your
Bring
turn. Oh, bring it. Oh, she's getting cocky already. Wow. All right. If you could have one magical power, what would it be?
Wow.
See, you thought this was going to be easy. That's what happens. Bring it. Oh, I'm bringing it, girl.
Talk to the
It's-
game,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
It would definitely be time travel.
Okay.
If that's a superpower. I
Sure.
guess. Yeah.
We can make
Yeah.
it magical,
Definitely
superpower,
time
whatever you
travel.
want. Okay. Excellent. And if I asked your teammates to describe you in one word, what word would they say?
I would hope that they would say that I was funny. You know, before games I try to dance around a little bit. And
Wow.
during the games I try to dance around a little bit. And
Odd. Is odd. We can describe her.
I'm sorry. This is coming from the girl
Yeah.
that we just had the conversation that I used to see as a freshman at basketball or volleyball games, would sit in the stands just dancing around by herself. No one was sitting with her, and she's dancing by herself.
Hey, maybe it's a freshman thing.
It might be. It might be. It might be. Excellent. Well, ladies, that concludes your time on our Bronx Hot Seat, so I want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Again, just thanks to the softball team for being here with us on the Bronx Hot Seat, and we wish them the best of luck this weekend. Let's get these 4 wins over Canisius and Niagara so we don't have to worry about it. And also best of luck, hopefully, next weekend in the MAC Championship at Marist. For more information on Rider Athletics or the softball team, please visit our website at gobronx.com. I'm your host, Karen Torsha. Thanks for watching, and go Bronx!